Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Next Level Wrestling Review with your hosts, Big Ray, and the best in the world, the Vet. Follow the boys on social media at Big Ray Hernandez and at Opinion Haver everywhere. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, or good night. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review, your NXT review show, and more. We had some technical difficulties before. I'm still having kind of technical difficulties. It's a weird day. I don't know. Maybe there's a comet or something that's coming close to the Earth, Planet X. I don't know. Whatever it is, what it is. I'm so tired of planets affecting our planet, or maybe it's an alien spacecraft. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, all I know is that I am the pundit of the people. The man with the plan, Big Ray, to stay to talk some Lucha Libre today. That's your Spanish lesson, by the way. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. I'm here with my partner, my tag team partner, the Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, look at him. Just look at him. He's the Vet, and he is a Rip Rogers guy. No bravado there. Guy. There you go, better. It's the Vet, Jamie Williams. Good morning, sir. How are you?
My name is Vet.
I released the button too early. How you doing, Vet? Are you? No, you're not doing that. I like turtles guy, right? No, you're doing.
No, it's the Channing Tatum from 21 Jump Street.
My name's Jeff. Ah, yes. Oh, boy. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Sahara Desert in where is it? In fucking Africa? Is it? Nah, I don't know anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one. It is the only. It is Gary. Everyone, you know what to do when you see Gary on the screen. He is the pachyderm of the people. Acknowledge him.
That's perverse.
Huh?
So that was perverse, that animation there. Gary Lift.
Oh, man. Dude, I don't know what the hell is going on here. Gary, save us. By the way, Gary, for those watching, shut up. For those watching for the very first time, Gary's our emotional support elephant. He's here to walk us through these dark times of professional wrestling. Let me see if I'm having issues with Gary greater than Garfield. I agree with that. People.
Damn, we're just getting right in. We didn't even.
Well, I'm just.
You gotta start acknowledging.
Well,
the proper intro for the.
With that being said,
who even are these people? Who the hell are they?
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Man, I am so off today. It's like everything is bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens sometimes.
What?
Don't forget heaven. We'll start with heaven.
Yeah, I know. It feels like hell today.
Strutting and the cutting.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's look up to the heavens and thank our fantastic three or final four. Just kidding. I don't know, man. Well, Media M5, you're up there, brother. And you got the gabagool. So we want to acknowledge you, my friend. My brother from another mother, that dude, Tim. And, of course, Phillips got wood. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot start this thing off without acknowledging the one and the only, the legend, Larry Punk. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into the chat. And, whoa, we kick it off with the windiest of all Chris's, ladies and gentlemen. He says that Vanity Kid has the worst tattoo botch on his side. Little emotional side as well. Matt Damon guy seems okay, though. I think that's the kid I call Shawn Michaels. The Matt Damon kid. The kid with the bowl cut. And did we get a yes, boy? I'm telling you, this is terrible. Where's my... Yes, boy. Oh.
Yes, boy!
I'm tapping the fucking screen. It's not working. What is going on today? Well, at least we have the thankful one, Michael Vasquez here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. Who else we got here? We got the biggest ass in all of HMG's Frank Bigglebell Rass. And we have the lovely Elizabeth. How you doing, Elizabeth? And ladies and gentlemen...
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay. Gay, gay!
It's Colin White song. He says, what was it? All I can tell you, sir, is that he's great. Great. No, you're gay. Gay. All right. Whoa. It's been a long time since we've seen our brother here. We have...
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
You are something in our hearts, DarkSide Caster. DarkSide Caster is here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the one and the only, the master and ruler of the world who doesn't give a damn who you are. Zane Vicious. We have the dancing one, the handsome one, the slashing one, the dancing, handsome, slashing, Dan Heffron. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. What else we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, have you taken your J12 shot? You need them with all this cold. Is it cold over there, by the way? Did you get hit with that cold spell in California? California?
No, it's regular cold here.
What's regular cold?
No ice.
Mother.
What is it now? It's like
watch it be like 67 with a gentle breeze.
55 and raining.
Oh, that's not cold, but it's
not warm.
It's not warm. You know what warms my heart? Seeing that Jerome is in the house. You know where I get that from, right, guys? The Jerome is in the house. You know where I got that from, right?
Oh, I thought you were asking the people.
Well, I'm asking you and the people. Whoever wants to. Anyway, Martin. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought everybody. I thought we established it.
Somebody doesn't. I don't know, they probably find it. I don't know. All the way from Germany, our friend Guten Tag to Alexa. Hello, Alexa. How are you? Greetings and salutations, my friend. Oh, wait, that's somebody else's gimmick. All right, what else we got here?
Might be cold out there, too.
You know. Where? Well,
Germany.
Oh, yeah. No, I think Germany. Hey, is this, I think, is it summer over there? I'm not sure. I think it's the opposite.
No.
I don't know, dude. But you know what I do know? Kenny F. Powers is here, folks, asking for Gary, but this is probably an older comment. And
it's an older. He got Gary. He got double Gary.
You got double Gary. Okay, I'm just zooming, going back to my room, and we can do it all night. And forget about it. How you doing over there? It's Kevin Marty.
Hey.
How you doing? And in the words of Jimmy, Tota Posta. What happened? What's up, Vet?
Oh, nothing. What?
Dude, why is my screen so dark?
Dark screen.
I have an OLED 4K TV. I mean, fucking screen gaming monitor. I did a fucking weird restart, and now all of a sudden the shit's dark. Not dark, but I can see myself, but it's not that bright, poppy 4K OLED. You know what?
You must have hit a power saver setting or something.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, man. Or maybe it's pixel cleaning or something.
What?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have the man doing Illuminati things. Illuminati. I gotta get that thing. Illuminati, naughty. It is the Mighty Babo. Sexiest beard in all of HMG. Very sexy. Very, very stiff. Very stiff. Vet, the artist has finally returned. He says, "What's up, y'all? Pulling triple duty. Oh, damn. Y'all women's volleyball. overseas. Oh, it's one word, isn't it? One sentence. Volleyball overseas and work. I'm a multitasker. Those are only two things. He said triple duty. Am I correct?
No.
I see
No,
volleyball.
y'all, meaning us, this show. He's got this show on. He's got women's overseas
Oh.
volleyball on, probably because of his daughter and his job he's doing.
So she plays professionally overseas.
She's probably going to get signed to NXT and thrown in a ring pretty soon.
Oh, God. Don't let her do that, artist. My throat is killing me. What the hell's going on? I feel like Colin at the Glory Hole. All right. Let's see there. Let me see if I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody? I'm not sure. Oh, yes.
Not yet, but
I did not miss anybody yet. But, ladies and gentlemen, we know that this man is absolutely...
That was cold-blooded!
Cold-blooded is here. Oh, boy. Hey. I haven't seen this dude in a long time.
yeah. When was the last time we saw this?
This is an old buddy of mine. Give some love and appreciation, my boy, Big Josh Hinkle. Check him out, guys. He's all over social media. Look up
back.
Big Josh. Yeah, he does some stuff on YouTube, brother. I love this kid, man. Good man. He's got the G.I. Joe gimmick for a fucking screen, whatever you call it, icon. Over with me. Big Josh Hinkle, one of the nicest and kindest and respectful wrestling fans I've ever met in my life. And now batting. Number two. Al. Robinson. Number two. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an incredibly...
Oh, that must mean that Scott Woodford is here. If Ray has been blinked out of existence. Scott, good morning.
If I told you that I was transported into a universe of an infinite glory holes, Colin would have been there. He should have been there. That should have been for Colin, not for me. Because in these glory holes, or coming out of these glory holes, were, there were so many. They're like blades of grass. I want to cry. And ladies and gentlemen, we will end this with our man, the myth, the legend, ladies and gentlemen. The Hammer! Charles Evans. It's hammer time. What's going on, Charles Evans? Did I miss anybody, Mr. Veteran?
I don't think so.
Oh, good.
I think we got it.
Well, for a guy who's been fucking up since the show started. It ain't easy.
You were
guys.
due. You were due to turn it around. Here's where we start. It's all rainbows and waterfalls from here.
Okay, if you promise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, it's time for the 3 count.
This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Crip walking to the shit. I'm not a Crip. Did you know? It's Crip walking, yes. But it's also blood walking. It's the same dance. Did you know that, Vet? Coming from
No.
California.
No.
Those in the gang culture. Let me not do air quotes. I don't get stabbed in the face. But the Crip walk and the blood walk are both the same thing. It's just the Crip walk was more popular, became more popular because more into people in entertainment were Crips, such as people like Snoop Dogg. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
The Bloods and the Crips that I know never walked like that.
You know Bloods and Crips? I knew you were black.
I knew it too.
From the waist down. All right, let's see what we got here. I was looking. Oh, man. In video game news. Just, out of the blue. There's, what's this game? It's going to be releasing February 27th. My wife, I downloaded for my wife. What's the movie? This damn video game with all the zombies in it. You ever play that shit?
There's a lot of zombie games now.
No, it's 6. It's number 6 of it.
Zombie Game 6.
Hey,
House
chat,
of the Dead.
do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a big fucking famous game, and I can't remember the name of it now, and I had it in front of me, and now it's gone. I had a fucking article.
You're talking about Resident Evil?
Yes!
9, not 6.
It's number 6, Resident Evil.
It's
number
number
6.
9. We're up to 9 now.
J12 is asking me, Ray, you going to get the Vet 2K26.
Gift it to me.
So yeah, I'm gonna send him the extra platinum edition. I don't even know if they have one, but that's the one I'll be sending him and Gary.
Do they even sell those like deluxe editions in stores? Could you get a physical copy of like a deluxe edition? You can't, right?
You can't get on it. I don't think you can get it on Amazon either. I always look for it. All I find is the base game. Listen, I've really made that decision. I'm not doing MLB The Show. Have you seen what this fucking game looks like, bro?
You showed it to me, and I said you showed me the cover, and I said it looks like shit, and you tried to say it looked good, and then we got into a talk about video game covers, and
I said MLB The Show look good.
Yeah, that white, that the white cover with all the weird.
No. MLB The Show has Aaron Judge on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not good, bro. I don't understand. Listen,
See, I told you, I'm always right eventually.
Can I ask you a question? Why are sports games so bad now? Like, how come it's just like basically a roster update every year? They don't do anything. Like, if you look at MLB The Show from this, like if you look at the screenshot, I'm not gonna pull anything up, but maybe I can find something. But if you look at this game and the way it looks, and the fact that it's 2026, and this shit looks like a fucking PS4 game, I don't know, man.
This was literally the conversation we had like a couple weeks ago. The answer to your question, though, you didn't ask the question.
Well, why
all sports games suck now?
Why do they suck? Why don't they like Madden?
The answer,
and all this shit?
The answer is because people buy them sight unseen every year. If people would start voting with their wallet and not buying the yearly copy, then they would be forced to retool it and represent it. But as long as everybody just buys a billion copies of Madden, a billion copies of 2K, NBA 2K or whatever, or WWE 2K, as long as they just keep selling, they have no reason to change what they do. So they just mess around with some menus, and then they always seem to take away like one feature that might have been new that they introduced, and then they're like, we're getting rid of that. Even after you get used to it and start liking it, and then they're just like, for this year we got rid of that.
And it's usually the good shit. Like the shit that you like, all right, let's look at this. I'm gonna show you this. This game is 2026. Aaron Judge looks like a rubber monster. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, that looks like a screenshot that somebody took to try to make the game look bad.
You see the eye black that he's using there? It looks like, you know, when you try to draw on your phone and you send a text. Oh, that's what it looks like.
The little marker thing.
This looks terrible. This looks awful. Let me see something. We're not doing that. Let me just fast forward this real quick. Like, this doesn't look like a 2020. This doesn't look realistic. Did you see the hands? Let me show you something. Look at this guy's hands. I don't know why they're doing this, man. Go ahead, bro.
There's a like, well, you know, to use it in sports terms, there's a slider. There's a slider, right? And on one end of the slider is like arcadey, and on the other end of the slider is simulation. And for me, the further it gets into simulation, the less fun it is. Like, I don't, if I wanted to go through all these mechanics and stuff to do this stuff, I would just play the sport myself. It'd probably be easier than trying to do it on a controller. So like, I don't enjoy how realistic they are, but I do like them to be just like, I feel like there are sweet spots in gaming history, you know, where they nailed a good balance between sim and arcade. I like Super Tecmo Bowl or Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on Super Nintendo, or
Fun game.
you know, I like NBA Jam was too arcadey,
Really?
but yeah, but something like Run and Gun or whatever by Konami was kind of a good like alternative 5-on-5. You know, stuff like that was fun, but like still realistic enough and simmy enough to have a good time with it.
Bro, I kid you not. Now my keyboard's not working now.
No, I did forget NFL Blitz DarkSide because that's too it's too unrealistic. It's too arcadey. Unless you mean the NFL Blitz the League, in which that's you know, on-field steroids, that's the kind of game I can get behind.
Vet, I'm having problems here, my friend. I'm sorry, man. Okay, we're back.
What kind of
oh my
problems?
God. Well, for some reason now my keyboard.
You were trying to pre-order a copy of MLB The Show, and
hold on. This is just okay. Now it's working. Jesus Christmas. When is the PlayStation 6 coming out? Have they revealed any discussion regarding the PlayStation 6 and like all the specs and everything yet, or no? Are you familiar? Are you aware of this?
no, it's gonna be a while.
You think so? So how long is this generation going to be going, you think?
I don't know. They usually last about 10 years.
So I've got
Less,
this thing.
maybe a few little less, 8. But the thing is, they're really we're kind of approaching the ceiling where it's just a matter of like speed. It's a matter of speed, processing speed, you know, and data processing and stuff like that, because the graphics can only get so real, and they will never be real. So they can only be so real. Not like Sammy Sosa High Heat Baseball. It's so real.
He's so
But-
real.
You remember that? That game looked
Oh
like
yeah,
ass.
I remember
But you know, so I don't even think like a PlayStation 5 right now, there is no such thing. It's basically a PlayStation 4.75, because I mean, it's still using all the same, you know, it's using the same proprietary hardware basically that the PlayStation 4 has been using.
Well, they say that like the Xbox Series X is not even using. I think it's using like only 60% of its potential power at this point in juncture.
Well, Xbox is using about 60% of their potential freaking power.
GTA 6.
I can't even believe they're bothering to continue making Xboxes.
It's a nice console. It's just
We keep having these same conversations. Is there any other
it's
video
pro
game
wrestling.
news, perhaps? I don't know. Well, you started talking about the game that Jen wants, so
Well, they're going to be remaking Resident Evil 5, apparently. Speaking of that, nothing really going on. WWE 2K26 is getting a lot of backlash, dude, for the how expensive the tiers are and how worthless, like, getting one tier over another. Like, the AAA tier is totally fucking unnecessary. I mean, $129 for not the ultimate tier. I think there should be 2 tiers. I said this with Jimmy yesterday. It should be a basic game and then the deluxe game, and that's it. I mean, who gets? If you're gonna real quick, if you're gonna pay more than the average price for the base game, you should get everything. I don't know. What do you think?
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought it was that way, and the covers were just different.
Nope.
It's not.
No, because if you get the base,
Each one
game,
has its own. Each one has its own thing. What's the? But well, the top one includes everything.
Mhm.
So like the next tier down would just be missing like 1 or 2 things. So
all right,
what is
so
it?
all right, so basically, let me see here. WWE. All right, so let me see. WWE 2K26. So standard edition is the base game, right? Then you got the King of Kings edition, which is $19.99. This one includes season 1 of the Ringside Pass, whatever the fuck that means, and I guess you get all this Triple H content. The Attitude Era edition is $129.99. It includes all 6 seasons plus the WrestleMania 42 pack. Plus you get the Joe Hendry from the base game, and you get the King of Kings pack included.
Okay, and then there's one above that.
The one above that is $149.99. It includes all 6 seasons, plus the WrestleMania 42 plaque, plus the Joe Hendry thing, plus the King of Kings thing, plus the Monday Night Wars thing. It's just fucking ridiculous. I guess the Attitude Era doesn't include the WCW stuff.
Oh, that's silly. Why not? Well, I mean, so basically, what it sounds like is you're just paying for your DLC in advance.
Yeah, I always get.
Because if you got the basic one, then you're just going to be sitting there with your basic one, and then they're going to release the DLC, and you're going to sit there and be like, "Oh, I want these new wrestlers," so you'll buy it.
What does it say? People freaking out. What if the internet goes out for a while? AI take what is going on here? Playing my older console. Okay, hold my beer. Yeah, I mean, I have my older consoles out here as well. And sometimes it is good to because man, there's nothing like playing like all right, like this. Every once in a while, I'll spark this one up. I showed you this before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great game. Excellent fucking looks fantastic. Plays well. It's a lot of fun. The Knicks sucked in this game, by the way. They did have Carmelo Anthony. But there was a time when you didn't have to pay for all this DLC and all this ridiculousness. You just got the game, and then DLC. If DLC did come out, it wasn't like a big. It was like maybe shirts and shit or gear or extra guns and stuff. It's become ridiculous, man. The soundtrack. I don't care about the soundtrack artist. I care about the gameplay and the fact that every year. Now, another thing, looking at WWE 2K26. Same shit. Like I was saying about the MLB thing. It looks the same. It's the same fucking game.
That's what I said. And every time I say why don't I play it, and I tell you the same game, you're like, it's not the same. But now you're saying it.
No, you're right. You're right. Sometimes it takes people a while, Vet, to realize to see the light. How you can tell somebody to quit smoking so much until
Yeah. They have to decide for themselves. Well, the good news about video games is, and we have to, the thing is, everybody has to stop complaining about the prices. You have to stop. You have to stop, because the one thing that has remained unaffected by inflation is video game prices. And if the video game companies figure that out, they are going to raise the prices on us. See, they do these collector's editions and DLCs and things to try to make up the extra money, but it is optional. Because in 1985, a video game cost $50, and in 2025, a video game cost $50. You can't say that about anything else, but the money was worth a lot more back then. So if they want to nickel and dime you on optional purchases, it's up to you not to buy it, but your $50 will still buy you a video game. And you remember what it was like growing up when you got a video game. It was like, that's Christmas or your birthday, and that's it, if that's it.
Yeah.
So everybody shh before they make the base price $130 and the special editions be $500.
What was the retail price? Let me see something. Super Mario Bros. 3 price release date. If I'm correct, Super Mario Brothers 3, when it first came out, wasn't it like,
depending on where you got it, it could be $70.
I thought it was $89 or something like that.
It could have been.
The original price, it says in 1991, the original price was $49.99. complete in. Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. Release date 1988. Yeah, man, it was pretty expensive. I remember seeing that shit. That's why I bug out sometimes with my dad because he wasn't rich. I'm like, how the fuck did this dude get me? Every game that I want back in the day. But I don't know, man. I just miss those days, brother.
Everybody just be grateful. Just be grateful. And yeah, Frank, you could pirate some video games, but the problem is, the thing about piracy is it causes companies to raise the prices to make up for the profits that they're not getting from people buying it honestly.
Did you ever beat Super Mario Brothers 3? You beat
legitimately?
it, right?
No.
You never beat it legitimately? You didn't go through the whole game?
No. It's really hard.
Oh, you did the whole fucking...
No, I still consider that legitimately.
I don't.
I'm talking about by using like Game Genie or some of those like the cheating machines.
Elizabeth says that her dad stood in line to get that Super Mario Brothers. It was so good. What is a game that you played, right, that you didn't expect to be good back in the day? And we're going to talk some wrestling, folks, but it's a 3 count. We talk what the fuck we want.
Didn't expect?
That you didn't expect. Like you played it, like maybe you borrowed it or, it was cheap and you bought it and you're like, oh shit, this fucking game was I have my choice, but I want to hear your choice first. And you beat it and you felt such a fucking like, this was the best.
I don't have an exact story like that, but I may have told this story before. But I may not be sitting here if this doesn't happen. I happen to be in a Tower Outlet store. You remember those? They would sell like damaged merchandise and stuff like that for discounted prices to get rid of it.
Actually, no. Tower was Tower
Records.
In New York. They didn't do
Tower
that
Records.
They didn't do that here.
Tower Records. You're talking about Tower Records.
Oh, so it's not.
I'm talking about Tower Outlet.
Never heard of it.
It was an outlet chain of Tower.
Never heard of
where
it.
they had some of their overstock merchandise or anything else they couldn't sell in the main stores, and you could buy it at discounted prices. And they would just, so like I saw, like they had Super Nintendo games, complete in the box with the wrapping, but it looked like they just poked a hole through it. Okay. So the games cost $20 instead of $60.
It's awesome.
Yeah, whatever, right? It's like used like new, right? It's just something's damaged on the box. The box is damaged, so they sell it at a discounted price. And I saw a copy of WWF Royal Rumble for the Super Nintendo.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I just was like, and this was when I was kind of in my dip in and out of wrestling. Like, I don't really care about wrestling, but I still like wrestling, kind of thing. So I saw this game, and I was like, what the hell? I'll get it. And I had so much fun playing that game. I was laughing my ass off playing that game because you could like choke guys in the game and the animation looks funny and you hit them with a chair and like trying to bait the CPU to get out of the ring so that you could hit them with the chair. Because as soon as you grab a chair, they roll back in the ring. So you have to like time it to grab it. There's so much fun I had with that silly game. And then I started, watching wrestling again, starting with the 1995 Royal Rumble.
So that game got you back into wrestling, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it kind of did. So
interesting.
So yeah, in that sense, I'm not saying I thought the game would be bad, to your question, but I just didn't think I would have that much fun. And what a profound impact that's had. That's all the way up to right till this very moment right now where we're talking about it.
I'll tell you what, a game that got me back into, because I would only play sports games as a kid, or wrestling. Excuse me one second. Sorry, I apologize. It's cold and it's been affecting me. Bionic Commando for the NES. Brother, I remember playing this game and saying, this game is hard. Because I wanted to play, I used to play it in the arcade and I always lose, in the first whatever. And it's expensive, you only have so much money as a kid. And then when it came out for the NES, I was like, oh, let me try this shit, So I actually bought it. There was this little like back in the day when you had the mom and pop like TV repair shops. I don't know if you had those and stuff, or where they fix your VCR back in the day. They also would sell video games. And I remember seeing that video game. I think it was like $40 or something like that. And I had saved up money, and I said, you know what? There was something cool about the cover, and I was like, oh, it's Bionic Commando. And I bought it home, and I was like, oh, this game is too hard. But that game was the first game that I said, fuck it, and I just pushed through, and I played it, and I figured shit out, and I learned it. And I remember you used to have this communication system where you go into a room, and people would give you hints and kind of like coded messaging and all this other shit. And then finally, I mean, it was one of the hardest games I ever played. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, by the way, somebody mentioned it before. That's another one. The original one, which I beat, but that was hard. But Bionic Commando, for some reason, man. And then towards the end where I don't know if you've played it, but you're basically trying to kill Hitler. They brought Hitler back to life, but they called him something different. In Japan, it was actually Hitler, and they had the whole SS thing and everything. I was about to do salute. Oh, shit. That was possibly one of my favorite games that I did not expect to be any good, that I didn't think it was going to hold up. But that version of Bionic Commando, fucking awesome, man. Fucking awesome. But it's cool that you mentioned that whole situation that a video game got you back into wrestling.
You know what's interesting about the Nintendo games is a lot of them were based on arcade games, but they couldn't make the arcade game obviously exactly the same. And also the arcades games were designed to one moment the arcade games were designed to like take the quarters from you. So now they had to design a style of game that you could actually play that wasn't unnecessarily cheap, and a lot of games had to be like completely redesigned. Like if you remember, Bionic Commando was nothing like the arcade game, other than the fact that you had a little arm that you could shoot and swing. But the arcade version is not anything at all in format like the Nintendo version. So they had to flesh out Nintendo versions of games to give people a different look. And so that happened a lot.
And before we acknowledge this, I got to say Sega and Sega Genesis did the best job, and I'll tell you about it right after this.
And what do we got over here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potatoes.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Cold-blooded. I had my mute on. I was like, cold-blooded. With a $20 super sticker. Yes, we're rounding out $19.99. Thank you, my brother, for this $20 will go to feed the homeless podcasters that do this on a weekly basis. I don't have a home, folks. I actually live in a closet. That's why I have the green screen. You don't want to see what's behind me. Right now, there's some guy probably shooting up something into his veins. So I appreciate it, man. It'll keep me warm for the night. Thank you so much, my friend. That is fucking amazing. And I apologize if I have low energy, but I'm not feeling well for some reason. But thank you so much for this awesome super sticker. Shit, I would play this shit again. So I remember the first time when I was when Sega Genesis came out with Golden Axe, Shinobi, the updated Shinobi, all those games. Like I think Sega did. Like you're right, Nintendo.
Well, yeah. Once you had the Genesis, you could get a little closer to the arcade game. A lot of them were kind of close.
Super Nintendo did they really do arcade? They didn't do arcade games. That was Sega Genesis thing. But what was a great arcade game for Nintendo?
Street Fighter 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And remember how long it took Street Fighter 2 to come to Sega Genesis.
Well, I still think, you know what? Let me hold my thought, ladies and gentlemen, because ladies and gentlemen.
And what do we got over here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potatoes.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Elizabeth, the lovely Elizabeth. Oh yeah, with a $5 super sticker. Let's do it. $5.01. Let's round it out. Yeah. Thank you, Elizabeth, for the super chat. or what do they call it here? They call it super sticker. What is the super sticker? What was his super sticker?
Well, they are all controllers, and I say all because we just now are hit with a third. The twins can't be separated.
And what do we got over here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potatoes.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
The Wonder Twins have been activated, ladies and gentlemen. The $5 super sticker by our boy Jerome, who's in the hat.
Hey, wait a minute.
What happened? What did I do wrong?
You can't, cold-blooded, you can't do that again.
What? Again? What did he do again? Did he do this?
And what do we got over here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potatoes.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
My God. I think we're going to be able to get a little hotel room tonight, Vet. Sleep.
Motel room.
Well,
perhaps.
motel. I didn't say hotel room. Maybe a motel room. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, man. Can I just tell you, it's one of those weeks that it's been a shitty week. Not bad, but shitty, like work-wise. I haven't got a lot of sleep. I told Vet I was having all these technical issues. And, you know, your appreciation, we appreciate your appreciation. Can I speak? May I speak for you when it comes to that? I think I know my partner long enough to say that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the love for the super stickers, man. It does go to help, you know, some of the boys that do help out here. So thank you so very much. We don't get paid for this, so this is a blessing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I guess I want to wrap up some video game talk here. We'll just run. There's a couple of quick little wrestling news bits, but I am excited. I mean, that's what I wanted to say. You had mentioned something earlier in this conversation regarding video games where you feel like we've reached the ceiling where we're not going to get any more realistic than what we are now. And when I was, let's say 10 years ago, when did the PlayStation 3 come out?
Well, can I quantify my statement a little
Absolutely.
bit?
Go for
like
it.
clarify it. It's that there won't be any more quantum leaps. You know? Like the era of quantum leaps is over. The games look really good right now. So it's hard to get much better than some of these games. So if you see games that don't look as good as some of the games that have already come out, that means that those people aren't trying. You know?
Right.
But like the jump from like PS3 to PS4
was incredible.
I think that's the last big jump. I don't think we're gonna ever get a jump like that again.
And
it's gonna be like a little, you know, tiptoe. The hair flows a little more realistically.
I gotta tell you, I thought by now video games would look like you and I. Like uber realistic. Do you think we'll ever get to that point though?
Nah.
Really?
No.
See,
and because the funny thing is, video games have been doing some things for so long that we forget. Like, you remember when the Sega CD came out and they had games that were like, or even before that, games that were just full motion video. It was just a video.
I remember that.
So that is what's realer than a video, right? So games like, or remember Dragon's Lair? Speaking of arcade games,
you read my mind right now.
Dragon's Lair, right? A one-button game. You just watch a cartoon and press the button at the right time, and if you screw it up, gotta put another quarter in. So we've had stuff like that since the 80s. In the 90s, they started doing virtual reality, and they are still trying to get virtual reality over, and it will not get over. It's, you know, some of this stuff has been around for a while. And I don't think you get much better at a certain point.
I'll tell you something, Vet. I remember when I saw this the very first time. I'm not gonna play any music because I don't want to get hit with a copyright. But do you remember when you saw this for the very first time? Do you remember what this is?
It was in a magazine.
Micro League Wrestling. This is where remember the whole one button thing, and you would basically I think you had either up, down, left, or right, and it would do a pre. They actually did pre-taped matches for this video game itself, and there was actually one situation where they had Paul Orndorff actually put the title around his waist so that they could record him with the title around his waist in case you beat Hulk Hogan. So every wrestler in this, I think it was only like 3 or 4 wrestlers, but it was Ted DiBiase, Paul Orndorff, Hulk Hogan. I forgot who the other fucking guy was. But this was like, oh my God. And look how far we've come. Look how far. But I think, I don't know, man. I think like by the time maybe my kid is my age, it's got to be it has to be some type. What do you think it's going to be, like some virtual reality bullshit or?
The problem is the tech that they keep using keeps getting more expensive.
That's true.
So it's like to mass produce systems, hardware, technology, and sell it at a consumer price. That's the other thing. Like, why do you think something like Google Glass fails?
Well, that was
because it's fucking expensive, man. Nobody wants to buy that shit. For what?
It was also a shitty product. I think that was.
I'm just saying, but like, assuming it worked, you can't expect the average person to pay for that when they can barely afford their groceries. You can't make enough of a return on your investment. So just because that's the reason why they put 4K on everything, saying, "Oh, look, 4K is 4K. Look, this is 4K." This shit's not even 4K. It's just upscaled 1080 because it's way more expensive to actually use 4K for broadcasting or games. Like, why would you spend that money when it, it looks better, but to do it for, the cost is prohibitive. So, so they'll lie to you just like they always do. Everybody works you. They give you marketing tricks and techniques and stuff and buzzwords to get you to buy something. And it,
Ooh.
Which is a good transition to wrestling.
It is, but it was like that. What is a video game console that they say was? Because remember they used to go, 8-bit, 16-bit, double the power.
Right.
But there was another one that came out that wasn't really. Yeah, it is. And Jerome, you're right. 1440 is like technically the sweet spot when it comes to gaming and stuff. But there was a video game system, and I can't remember which one it was. I think was it 64-bit or something like that. But it wasn't truly 64-bit. It was like 216-bit or 224-bit. I forgot what it was.
You're talking about the Atari Jaguar.
That's what it was. What was it? What was the situation with that again?
It's just pretty much like what you said. It's 32-bit processors, but they had like
2 of them.
I don't even think it was 2 32-bit processors, but it was some 32-bit gimmick that they were able to, technically.
Well, the jump from NES, the jump from Atari to NES was just like, the jump from NES to Super NES was pretty big, right? I would say.
Yeah.
First time I saw NCAA.
It made you feel like it was worth it to buy a whole new system.
Yeah. Not now.
But now it's like with PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, same thing, but I'm just using PlayStation as an example. PlayStation 4, and then they do PlayStation 4 Pro. Ooh, it's a Pro. Well, what they do, they just overclocked it a little bit. Same thing with like a PC, You replace the components in your PC or you overclock your PC to perform better, but it's not a different thing. So we are running on souped up PS4s and Xbox Ones at this point. You can call it whatever you want, but again, the people they're using marketing to trick you into thinking of something different.
Well, speaking of tricking you, apparently AJ Styles hasn't retired. There have been multiple reports and there have been discussions. Apparently AJ Styles is in deep contract negotiation. Prior to the Royal Rumble, he was in deep contract negotiation with WWF to extend his career. When he said, "Oh no, I'm not," I'm not down with that. They decided to have him lose. With that being said, apparently the two sides are still in negotiations. And how do they bring AJ Styles back? That's my question to you, if they decide to do that. Because he's retired. He's supposed to be done. Is the whole thing where he took his gloves off and then said, I'm putting them back on? And the one thing he didn't do, before you answer this question, that stuck out to me and didn't sit well with me, every professional wrestler that I've ever seen or I've known, or any amateur wrestler, they do one thing. I did it, even though I wasn't wrestling. I was playing basketball, and I don't know if I told this story, but I was in the league. I was in my late 30s or maybe early 40s. It was at the early 40s, and I popped my calf. I actually ripped my calf muscle. I limped to the middle of the court in the middle of a tournament game, and I took my shoes off, and I put them right in the middle of the court, and I said, I'm fucking done. And the guy that was coaching us was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, dude, I got to drive to the hospital. He said, what? I said, I retire. And I retired. AJ Styles never took off his boots, left them in the middle of the ring. That didn't sit well with me. So again, leads back to the question. Now, I can't wait to hear you answer this. And the question is, how do they bring him back if they do bring him back, AJ Styles?
Well, you know what else he didn't do?
What's that?
Unlike John Cena.
Tell me.
He didn't give up. His match was stopped. His match was a referee's stoppage.
Ooh, I see where you're going. Please continue.
Yeah. So even though that's just as good of a loss, I mean, come on, that's even worse than getting pinned or whatever, right? I mean, you were completely incapacitated. So, but the easiest way to do that, if you have buyer's remorse on doing a retirement angle, the easiest way to do that is to just run an angle where somebody like forces him out of retirement. Like he can say like, guys, I said I'm retired. That's my word. I'm not coming back. And then you have somebody just keep talking shit to him on the mic until, they basically force him to come back, that kind of a thing. So then it's like, well, I tried to stay retired, but this guy wouldn't leave me alone. So now I got to kick his ass, and everybody would be happy to see AJ Styles one more time and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, that's how I would do it. Because other than that, you're right. I mean, you just look like a wishy-washy, I'm just in it for the money. I need more money. So if you run the story where it's like somebody else that has to drag him out of retirement, then yeah, I'd go with that.
All right. Somebody tagged me in something on Twitter. I think it was Josh. Josh is not in the chat, right? Okay, here it is. Yeah, Josh Floberg. I'll throw it up here. Where is it? All right, let me just share the screen real quick. So we had a passing. I'm not very familiar with this person, but apparently it says New Japan Pro Wrestling is deeply saddened to learn the passing of former IWGP champion Tadao Yasuda at the age of 62. Our thoughts and deepest sympathies, so on and so forth. Are you familiar with Yasuda?
Maybe a name only. I'm not that familiar with his career, though.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you did know who he was or if he was like. Again, I'm not going to pretend that I know Japanese wrestling. I don't know it. I know of it and some of it, but not.
I've seen him around,
Okay, well, rest in peace to this former IWGP champ. 62, too young to go.
62, yeah. What?
Listen, man, it's a hard life, dude. My dad died around 67, and he wasn't he wasn't traveling with WWE, but he was always in pain. Do you still feel your body still fucked up from wrestling all those years?
Not really. I don't have old nagging wrestling injuries other than my wrist that broke, but
how many years did you wrestle again?
It's like about I mean, it wasn't long. Maybe 3.
Okay, my dad did well over a decade.
But that 3 was like a really condensed 3. Like I took a lifetime's worth of bumps just training, you know? So.
I hear you, brother. There's still talks about Bianca Belair being available for WrestleMania 42, but they don't know. They don't know if she's ever going to get over that hand injury thing. I think we discussed that out of the blue. You gave a face. What's the face for?
Her hand, like she's never going to get over the hand injury.
They say it's more of a hand, not a hand injury. It's more of a nerve injury.
Oh,
that's what's affecting her hand. So she has some type of nerve damage that's messing her up, and she's not able to, grab things. And I think grabbing is very important in professional wrestling. So I don't know, man. Wow, Elizabeth says I'm gonna say she hasn't really been missed.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Bianca Belair, to be honest.
Me too. And she's listen, she's beautiful, she's wonderful, she's strong, she's awesome. But here's the thing, my friend. WWE now is, I think they're pretty stocked when it comes to beautiful, awesome, powerful women. We have a lot of them now. So anyway, what does it say? Jay White. What about Jay White? I don't know. All right. Let me see. CM Punk versus Finn Balor is happening. All right, we already know that. Becky Lynch versus AJ. Nobody cares about that. Okay.
Becky Lynch versus AJ Styles. What?
I don't know.
Is that how it comes back?
This is Becky Lynch. Was it Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee being booked for Elimination Chamber? Dave Meltzer. He said that he's expecting the match. It's not important. It's stupid. It's just an opinion. It doesn't matter. Samoa Joe. You may have heard of him. This is the final tidbit for wrestling news. Suffered an injury in training at and AEW has put him in concussion protocol for a precautionary measure. So we're not going to get any Samoa Joe vet. Your thoughts on the great Samoa Joe?
It's weird because on the TV show they said it was a non-contact injury.
Well, I don't know. Apparently Tony.
I think it's hard to get a concussion without contact. I heard that he like injured himself probably like training or lifting or something. So I just assumed he tore something or something like that. I don't know about no concussion protocols.
Speaking of injury, and I don't know if you've given your opinion on this, you being the opinion haver. Any opinions on the fact that Braun Breaker got injured with his hernia, and now
it's unfortunate. You have to be careful because when you take steroids, they make you stronger than your body.
Allegedly,
yes, than your body can handle. So you have to train carefully.
You heard how he got injured, right?
Not anything, not official sources I would trust. Why?
Well, I confirmed it. So I mentioned it yesterday. He got hurt Monday Night Raw when he came out, and he got the hernia when he flipped the Raw announce desk.
Really?
Yep. That is when, if you watch it, if you rewatch it, you'll see there was a change in his face after he did that.
It was a heavy table.
Those tables aren't light. I mean, they are what they are, but I don't know, man. Well, this guy is cursed. I think that whole fucking faction is cursed.
It is.
Just saying. All right, man. Listen, enough of this bullshit. Enough of this current bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to quickly go back. It's not too much today. Not too much to discuss here. But we'll go back to a better time. A time when we didn't have to worry about video games having less than 16-bit or even 8-bit. Atari was over with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to this day in professional wrestling history. Hit the music, folks.
Will you stop? What you gonna do?
Boobies. I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back, way back to 1960 something. Yes, 1969. It is February 11th, vet. 1969. And the great Dory Funk Jr., you may have heard of him, defeated the great Gene Kiniski, you may have heard of him as well, in Tampa, Florida, to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championships. Funk's title run would last around 4 years from this date. The great Funk brothers, Terry Funk, Dory Funk Jr., and of course, don't forget about Jimmy Jack Funk, the great masked.
Or do forget about him.
Jimmy Jack. Were you a fan of Jimmy Jack Funk there, vet?
His name is funny. And as a kid, I thought so. And I was like, why is he wearing that little Lone Ranger mask?
I don't know. It was stupid. It was very stupid.
Because he wasn't a Funk. That's why. But Dory Funk, he was a Funk.
Dory Funk was awesome. He's like one of those wrestlers in his 30s that looked like he was 60. You know?
Yeah,
like,
right. He's still with us, right? I think he still trains people, maybe.
Hey, Siri. Is Dory Funk Jr., the wrestler, still alive? Let's see.
Dory Funk was born the 4th of May, 1919, and died the 3rd of June, 1973.
What? She thinks Dory Funk Sr. That's Dory Funk Sr.
You idiot. You stupid idiot.
Siri.
I wish I had that. Dummy. No, I think he's with us. I think he's still with us. Why don't we jump over to 1983 in an excursion to the United. Oh, the vet, you're gonna like this. You like the excursions, the Japanese, right? In an excursion to the United States of America, Giant
Fujinami?
Bob. No, Giant Bob. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to let you down.
Oh, he's good too.
He was not bad. Giant Baba defeated the great Harley Race to win the Pacific Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship.
Man, I want to see this match.
Can we
get this? Can we get this somewhere?
I don't know, man. I gotta check that.
Giant Baba versus Harley Race, 1983. Gimme.
Did Giant Baba ever have muscles?
No.
He always looked like you know what a daddy long leg is, right?
Yes.
Or he looks like that. His body is like what's that character from that movie? It was the animated. Oh, he's 83 now. Oh, Dory is 85. He's still alive. It's one of these two. Maybe he's Dominican. He has a fake.
However old he is, he's not dead. Giant Baba is, however, unfortunately.
He died recently, right? Not a couple of years ago.
No, it was a while.
Was it?
Back. Mm-hmm.
I remember when
You're thinking of Inoki. Inoki.
That's what I'm thinking about. Antonio Inoki. Yeah. Giant Baba. He looks like what's this guy's name? What was it? Monsters. You know, the little one-eyed guy with the long arms.
Oh, Mike Wazowski.
Yes. He's like
you think you? Well, he was much taller than Mike Wazowski.
Oh yeah. But were you really a fan of Giant Baba? Like, do you think he was good?
Well, no, but it's
okay.
He's a figure, like, you know. He's important, you know.
Well,
not the
really
matches per se.
Was he really that big? How tall was Giant Baba?
He was probably like 6'6", 6'7".
No way. That's it.
6'7".
He was billed at 6'10".
Yeah, so probably not that. Probably a couple inches shorter.
True, because Andre the Giant, who was billed at 7'4", was really about 6'10". You know, in his older years, I don't know if he was as tall as he was when he was young.
I'm sure he approached 7'4" at times during his Afro days, but if you count the top of the Afro, but
yeah, Baba passed away in 1999. Oh wow, that was a lot sooner than that.
That's where we talk about Noah being formed in 2000 because after Giant Baba passed, the people wanted to leave all Japan.
Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't? You need your Baba.
Yep.
I had a little blanket I used to call Baba.
Was it giant? Was it a giant blanket?
I was a big kid.
Red,
so
just a red giant blanket.
white.
Oh.
Turned brown and yellow after some time. Let's go to 1984, vet. The great Tito Santana Arriba! Became the WWF Intercontinental Champion by defeating Don Morocco. Were you a Tito guy?
Not really.
I thought Tito was pretty awesome. We'll fast forward to 1996 in an action-packed WCW Super Brawl V1. I don't know what that is. Was that 4, 5, 6? 6. Took place at Bayfront Center, Petersburg, Florida. Maybe the most memorable moment on the card was an I Respect You strap match between Kevin Sullivan and Brian. I remember this, and Brian Pillman. After just 59 seconds, Pillman grabbed the mic and said, "I respect you, Booker Man," giving Sullivan the win. Oh, that's right. So is this when he broke the fourth wall and let everybody know that Kevin Sullivan was in fact the Booker? And was this like a shoot or something? I can't remember how this walk worked out.
I mean, I believe that Brian was working shoots. Like certain people he smartened up, like maybe a couple people. I'm sure Kevin Sullivan was smartened up, but I don't know if most of the boys and a lot of the office were smartened up on some of these things that he would do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he had to tell somebody.
It says here that this kind of kicked off his loose cannon angle.
All right.
And but then shortly after he was released in real life. So
no, you know what he did? Don't you know the story of what he did?
Maybe I do, but refresh my memory.
He said he told Bishop allegedly. Okay, I'm talking like I was there. I wasn't there, obviously, but just from the stories that I've heard that I remember, he told Eric Bischoff he wanted to do an angle where they fired him, or they give him his papers, right? And he's like, so if you sign this, just sign this paper or whatever, and we can do this thing. But it was a shoot. He got the shoot paperwork and tricked Eric Bischoff into signing it so that the WWF could sign him.
Shut the fuck up.
That's how the story goes.
He worked it. He tricked Eric. Wow. So he can go and wrestle with Brett and all these other guys when they were doing the Canadian gimmick, right?
Well, it didn't start out that way. That was much later. It was when it started out that he was just going to get brought in. Then he got into a car accident.
Right.
Destroyed his ankle. Was never the same again. And that led into the eventual spiral in which, eventually cost him his life. But he definitely, long before he joined up with the Hearts and stuff, he did the angles with like Steve Austin and breaking into the house. You remember that?
Yes,
Pillman,
I remember.
Pillman 9mm.
Yeah. All right, there's a lot of shit here, so I'm gonna have to fast forward through some of this stuff. Let's go to 2007 in TNA. Against all odds, pay-per-view took place in the Impact Zone. The main event was Christian. He retained the NWA World Heavyweight Championship versus Kurt Angle. 2010, during a quarterly investor call, Vince McMahon, you may have heard of this guy, made an announcement that WWE would be dropping Survivor Series name. The discussion was reversed, so I had a conversation with Jimmy yesterday regarding the fact that I believe that Survivor Series has dropped out, in my humble opinion, of the big four, and I believe Money in the Bank would be considered would be an upper, or even the Elimination Chamber. I mean, do you have any thoughts on it? Do you agree with me, disagree with me, or do you think that Survivor Series is still important?
No, you're right. Well, the name is there, but it's what even is that? There's no series. There are no survivors. It's just a name. It doesn't mean anything. If you could bring it back if you treated it differently, but it was the perfect place when they first in 2002 tried the brand split to legitimately have like some kind of a Super Bowl type, And then you could put stakes on the matches and everything like that, but they never did it. It should have been like a yearly thing, but then they changed. They actually had a pay-per-view called Bragging Rights that was supposed to be that same thing.
That's true.
But it's like, well, what better than Survivor Series to do it?
Oh, WWE, you are stupid. Speaking of stupid, well, I don't like this wrestling, but you do. Were you watching New Japan in 2014?
Nah.
Well,
should have been.
All right,
it was
so
pretty cool back then.
It was pretty cool. I'm gonna mention some names that are pretty cool real quick. They presented New Beginnings. The event was in Osaka, Japan. The only
They
title
just had
change,
that last night. You know,
did they really?
This year. Well, for this year, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, interesting. The only title change saw Tomohiro Ishii defeat Tetsuya Naito.
Wow.
That's the guy, right? That's the guy. To win the Never Openweight Championship. But in the main event, folks, we had Kazuchika Okada retain the IWGP Championship versus Hiroki Goto. Goto.
Oh, yeah.
Any thoughts on this event? It seems like you kind of remember this. You were there. No, okay.
No thoughts.
Okay. Let's quickly run through this. 2015 NXT had NXT TakeOver. We had people like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn. We had the Four Horsewomen. They did that gimmick. Sasha Banks won the match against Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Bayley to win the NXT Championship.
Good times. Let's just chalk it up to good times.
That was NXT was fucking dope at that time, right? By the way, we are going to review NXT, and it's going to be quick.
It's going to be super quick.
Oh, you have no idea. Another New Japan New Beginnings in Osaka. The main event was AJ Styles. He famously won the IWGP Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi in a match that the Bullet Club, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, won the IWGP Tag Team Championship over Hiroki Goto and Katsuya Shibata. I know that name. That guy's pretty over. And let me see. People weren't a big people. If I'm correct, Shibata was liked, but there was some controversy. Like some people didn't like him too much. They didn't want to push him, or they felt that they were kind of pushing him down people's throats. Am I right? Is that Shibata?
No, that's...
What am I thinking about?
Maybe somebody else, but probably not Shibata.
Well, we had the Young Bucks in a triple threat match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Okay. Versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Okay. Let me see. Wow, a lot of Japanese stuff here. 2016. I know you were watching it.
It's a new beginning every year on this date.
Let's see who's here. 6-man tag Bullet Club. Oh, I haven't heard this name in a while. Bad Luck Fale. Haven't heard that name. Tama Tonga and Yujiro Takahashi, defeated Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, and Toro, the greatest Japanese wrestler of all time. I have every fucking DVD that man ever sold. Toru Yano. Why wasn't he ever the IWGP champion, Vet?
Because he sucks.
Wait, you're not talking about Toru Yano, right? I mean, this man sold hundreds of thousands of...
Yeah, no. It's just the worst.
Oof. Okay. Kazuchika Okada retained his IWGP Heavyweight Championship against Haruki
Try it
Goto.
again. Goto tried again, huh?
2017, again, New Beginnings. What else we got here?
We got to skip these. Nobody. I can feel the chat. We're losing them.
Okay. 2017, Chavo Guerrero Sr. passed away at the age of 68.
Damn. Classic.
We had some we had some shit from Progress. Nobody cares about that.
Get the fuck out of here.
We have another New Beginnings. We'll skip that. Oh, wait. I think I might want to bring this up because it's one of your favorite wrestlers of all time. The main event, Jay White caused something of a shock, defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Now, Vet, I can ask you this.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, because I know this was a deal, how the marks out there were just shitting on the fact that Jay White became the a Gaijin IWGP champion. Is this kind of like the beginning of the downfall where they were just putting the belt on Americans?
Well, he's from New Zealand, but I
Close
get your
enough,
point.
You know what I mean? I mean the Western world, I guess.
Not Japanese. No, there was a lot of other stuff going on, but I remember at this time, those fans were walking out of the building during the post-match. Usually the main event person does a promo in the ring. Like whoever wins the main event gets to close the night with the promo.
Right,
and people were visibly leaving. Like they were not happy that, they eventually though, they came to respect Jay White a lot, but early on it was too soon, I guess, for them, or they didn't, or he was too good of a heel either way, but they weren't happy. No.
At any point during Tanahashi's run, did the fans ever turn on him like they turned on John Cena?
No.
Always beloved, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're almost done here. 2019, an episode of Raw from Michigan, the Revival. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, never heard of those guys, defeated Bobby Roode and Chad Gable to become the tag team champions. I wonder what happened to those guys. And finally, Vet, and this is perfect segue to NXT, Meiko Satomura, you may have heard of her, made her NXT debut versus the great Isla Dawn.
The legend.
I'm just going to clean this screen here. I spit on it.
Did you see, I know you didn't see it, but Isla Dawn is tanning now.
I have not seen it. How's she look?
Burnt.
Oh, she's really like red?
Yeah, those kind of people can't tan. That's why Sheamus never got a tan.
She looking like Braun Breaker?
She wishes she looked like Braun Breaker.
Boy, that was well, anyway. Well, she still have sexy butt?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 2 quick birthdays. You go on the Twitters, go on social media, and wish the great Ken Shamrock a happy birthday, born in 1964. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, I've said this 1,000 times, and people think I'm lying. Go ask him himself. He is my cousin on my father's side, half Puerto Rican, half Mexican, half amazing. And the other half is just as awesome. It is Supermex Hernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your birthdays, and that was this week in professional wrestling history. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say his name, and he will in fact appear.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
All right, everybody. Come on, let's get hyped up. It's time. It's time. It's Vader time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NXT February 10th, 2026. Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that this show is going to be meh, but we will discuss it here. Wave your hands, folks. Wave your hands as we wave. Oh, yeah. Oh, do you believe? That make us believe that this show is any good.
Can't do that.
Fuck.
I'm only so talented.
Damn it.
But what I can do is this. I can get us through it in guaranteed under 2 hour mark.
Let's do it.
And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to just read through this notes list.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And if you have anything that you want to say, you can hold up a signal to stop me if you want to make a comment. Don't feel pressured to make comments. But you can, if there's anything else, just hold up a finger, hold up a hand, hit a sound effect or something like a yes boy or yes Ray. You got something now.
Can I ask you a question about?
Well, first, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think Dixie got for Hernandez for his birthday today? Signed 8x10.
There was 10 there. I'll tell you that. I can't talk about anything.
All right. Now your question.
No, I'm just saying. If when you ask me, like when we're going through the show, am I allowed to ask you a question about, like, if I have a question? Like,
I would consider that. Yeah, that's similar.
That's fine.
So if you have something, or if you want something,
all right,
whatever that is. But feel free to let a lot of this blow by. All right, here we go. Starting with Ketchup, and then with Joe Hendry promo, the Vanity Project interrupts, and then they beat his ass and hold the belt on him.
Mm-hmm. I have
ZARIA is not in a teamwork mood. Okay, you have a question. Go.
My question is your question. It's for you. Vanity Project on the microphone, getting a lot of mic time. Do you think these boys are any good? I was personally impressed. I was like, oh, the champ is a pretty good promo. Do you agree or disagree?
I think they're appropriately douchey and annoying. So yeah, I'd say yeah, probably.
They do the job. Okay, that's fair.
All right,
ZARIA.
Yeah, ZARIA is not in a teamwork mood. Soul is trying to be, supportive, but I think ZARIA is like reaching her limit. Jaida is walking and talking. Then Keanu Carver asks Robert Stone why Drake get a title shot. And he doesn't. And he's like, well, because he did it first, I guess. I don't know. He attacked Joe Hendry first. I don't know what it was. So he says something about causing chaos, and then Carver's like, "Oh, I'll chaos, huh?
Is that what you want?" Can I just tell you? Oh wait, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say if he wants chaos, Blake and Jada's coming up next. But go ahead.
So you see how they're gonna. I think when we watch, I'm gonna preface by saying when we go through this entire show, you're gonna see why they put the interim on Eazy-E or whatever is what is he Stone. Why they put him as the interim. This is their way out, because you're gonna see throughout this show that he is just trying to please everyone, and that never works out in any work environment or any environment. Period. For relationships, friendships, family. When you try to please everyone, you please no one. So you're going to see this pattern, and I think this is going to be their way out of getting somebody else in as the GM eventually. So I'm just throwing that out there. All right, brother, go.
Well, Blake Monroe and Jaida Parker get a double count out. And then Jaida beats up security.
All right, I got to
I mean, if you could beat up a grown man, why couldn't you beat up Blake Monroe without getting counted out?
I gotta ask you, did they go overboard with this shit?
Yeah, and they even had her do the barricade thing where she puts that guy through that little interlocking play school barricade.
No, she didn't put him through. She kicked him through.
Mm-hmm.
She did the fucking Sparta fucking front kick.
She learned that from soccer.
I never thought of that. That's a powerful front kick. I never see anybody front kick a goal, though.
It's weird that they don't. Especially after seeing this. If you could put a man through a barricade, you could definitely put a ball in a net.
Just real quickly, I'm sorry. My dad was watching with me and said, and this is the artist, by the way, folks, what the hell was that? She beat up all those guys and started laughing. Vet, were you laughing?
I was too tired to laugh.
I was laughing. I was like, what is this? All right.
Well, what'd you think of Progressive Insurance and their presentation of Tim Burton's Paxum Tately.
I'm glad you asked me that. The first thing I thought was, Vet is going to hate this shit. Vet is going to hate this, and I quote, AI bullshit. Am I right?
Hate would require effort.
Vet, come on.
Again, I'm tired.
Bro, if you guys didn't see this shit, it was, I was like, wow, are they upping their production value? No. They put that shit through Sora or through Gemini or some shit, maybe Grok, and they came up with some weird ass AI fucking. You could tell it's AI because there was certain things when she's in the water and her face is not hers. It's like a girl that looks like her. Tattoos will get a little distorted and shit. I was like, oh no, they're using Grok or Sora. Did you? I mean, come on. You must have been absolutely disgusted with this, aren't you?
I was probably putting on socks at this point.
The
I literally might have been, actually. Timing wise, where the show was and me having to go to work, I might have been.
Elizabeth was not happy, Pat. Oh, to answer Jimmy's question, it was Jaida Parker who kicked the young security guard, the 300-pound, 6'6" security guard through a barricade, sir. Answer your question.
The barricade that's assembled like puzzle pieces. Kale confronts Uriah, and then the Outlaws come in, and then they're like, hey man, we know what it's like to be somebody's kid. Whose kid is Stax again?
Oh, he's technically he's Santino's kid because he's married to Santino's daughter.
Okay.
He was adopted.
He's the odd person out in this group.
He was adopted by Tony D'Angelo, but he was never happy as his child. He always wanted a real father figure, and now he's got it. So technically, he is a son-in-law of the great Santino Marella. And I agree with Charles the Hammer Evans, as he just politely says, stupid.
You're making me so mad. So there was some gimp sitting in the audience, and he got a lot more of an entrance than Eli Knight or Josh Briggs, who have a match next. Speed match.
What was that? What was he, a movie or something? A TV show?
I think some movie or something. I don't know.
It looked like the Toxic Avenger mixed with I don't know. He's just wearing a gas mask. It was weird. What about Matt Schaffer sitting next to him? You seen that?
Oh, no, not quite.
You gotta rewatch it. I think you'll get it.
Yeah, there's no chance of that.
Oh, shit.
I'm just gonna say I missed it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this episode of NXT is never gracing any screen anywhere near me ever again. But Eli gets a moonsault win over Josh Briggs. What'd you think about that? Pretty good.
Well, we have Javon Evans at home. Mom, I want Javon Evans. No, we have Javon Evans at home.
And when he did the moonsault, now he did the moonsault, right? And I was like, surely I was kind of not paying attention. So I saw out of the corner of my eye a moonsault happening. And I was thinking to myself, surely he didn't just do a moonsault. So I paid attention to the replay, and yeah, he just did a moonsault. I was thinking he must have, because he's some kid that has to stand out, I was thinking maybe he did one of those like double moonsaults where he like flips over a couple times in the air. But no.
Bro, I mean, the first thing I think is, what was his Eli Knight, right? I was going to say Eli Drake. Oh, God. What did you think of that moonsault and how he fucking killed this kid? How he killed Josh Briggs last night?
I didn't even think about that part of it.
That was bad.
This whole thing was a joke.
Bro, let me just, folks, I don't do this often because and it's not a copyright thing, but I just want to show you guys who didn't watch NXT how terrible this moonsault was. And this is really quickly. This is off of Twitter.
The final minute, all the way.
Look at this. Oh God. Oh
Yeah.
If you just watch that one more time, Jesus Christ. He landed both knees into the ribs of, oh, poor guy.
In the business, we call that a kidman.
Oh, my God. He's got to have broken ribs or internal bleeding, right? You don't think?
He's dead. Maybe they put a hit on Josh Briggs. They're like, they pulled Eli Knight aside and said, finish him.
I like cold-blooded. Like, yeah.
Well, anyway, we can't feel too bad for Josh Briggs. We got to move on with our lives. And Elio comes in and shakes hands with Eli Knight. And then Jasper Troy attacks and beats everybody up.
Beats them both up easily. A fair question from oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fair question from Frank's Pickleboro asks, would there be heat on this kid backstage after that? In your opinion? Because you have opinions.
It's maybe a little bit of heat. It's not gonna stick around.
How do you apologize for that? Like, what do you do? Do you buy the guy steak dinner? Like, do you offer to tape up his ribs for him? Like, how do you say I'm sorry?
I guess it depends.
No, but how,
we have to evaluate this in the trainer's room and hope that nobody comes in to run an angle while we're talking.
Have you ever got hurt by somebody on something like this, or did something that maybe hurt somebody potentially? And like, what were your quick feelings at when you guys went backstage? Like, how did you handle that?
Well, it sucks, but I didn't hold anything against anybody because I didn't get anything malicious done to me. So, well, except this one time. But I kept that. I kept that one.
In band camp?
Because they didn't know.
But did you ever hurt anybody or do something to somebody where it kind of got fucked? And
yeah.
So how do you apologize for something like that? Like what do you do?
I mean, I just profusely apologized.
Can you do it? Can you give us an example in the vet voice that you did for Rip Rogers 70 seconds? That shit was fucking, I'm sorry, I have to bring it up. When I heard the vet, for folks, go to Rip Rogers, I'm putting it over. Go to Rip Rogers' YouTube channel, his birthday. So the vet jumps on, right? Now I'm looking down. I forgot who came on before you. And then all of a sudden I'm hearing like, hey, Rip. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? You're a fucking old man, or whatever the fuck you say. You cut your promo. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, the voice that came out of your mouth did not match your face. That was so cool. Come on, man. That was fucking cool. I didn't know. Was that the voice that you used as that character when you were wrestling?
Well, I didn't really use that character. It was just for promo class. No one ever really saw it other than because it was a joke. And unlike most of the wrestlers today, I tried to take what I was doing seriously. So I only did the joke character behind closed doors. I didn't play that character in front of an audience.
Fuck that, vet. I think you could have been the IWGP never openweight champion with that fucking voice.
Yeah. If only I'd been watching New Japan back then.
Or maybe speed champion.
Well, anyway, DarkState is walking. And then Lola Vice is in a trainer's room trying to figure out, and this is what I was alluding to when I said, and then Kalani re-jumps Lola
That's good
in the trainer's room. And then Keanu Carver has caused chaos.
That means all the guys that were back there just threw everything away and laid down.
Right. They pushed everything over and laid down. And then they didn't even really show that for very long because who cares? Because DarkState's in the ring now. So we got to go to them and listen to them cut a promo. And then the culling is up in the nest and they got to have a promo. And then OTM is in the people and they got to do a promo. And then the Honks come out of the entrance, and they got to do a promo. And then Tony D attacks DarkState. Two DarkStates go off and fight the Honks, and the other two DarkStates get jumped by Tony D. So we got a lot of business taken care of in one shitty segment.
Seems like DarkState really painted themselves into a corner, huh?
Dark corner.
I always wondered why the entire WCW roster just didn't jump the three guys at the time and just kick their ass. I always wondered, like, why? And then Sting always had a bat.
Yep.
It would have been over. Invasion.
So over.
And then that same night, everybody just comes out, beats the living shit. Kevin Sullivan kicks you in the balls, and you're done.
Yeah. And people kept booking him in wrestling matches also. That was a crazy. They signed him to contracts and paid him millions of dollars and kept booking him in matches. That was the craziest part. If only they had never done that, the NWO would never have taken over.
Right? They won titles and shit. They had merch. Hey, they got merch. Did you have an NWO shirt? A DX shirt? Really? Did you ever wear any wrestling shirts at all? Like, what was your go-to wrestling shirt as a young guy?
I think I had like the shirts I had were like official, but they weren't like the ones that you'd get from the WWE shop or catalogs. They would be like the ones you go to the store, like the Target or whatever. So it was like the WWF merchandise, but it was like different than the merch stands at the events and stuff. So I had a Stone Cold shirt, I had a Rock shirt. Those were like the two main ones.
One of the shirts I got at a TNA event was the one that I got the most comments on. And believe it or not, it was a Ken Anderson shirt that said pro wrestling is real in the front. Or it said people are fake in the front, and in the back it was like a skull, but the top of the skull was a microphone, and it said, but pro wrestling is real.
Yeah.
I might still have that shirt, by the way.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I have the original New Day shirt. The very first one, the one with the where they're like riding the unicorn.
Oh, you wore that.
And I also have, well, the Andre Chase one, the sweatshirt.
Of course.
I'm sorry, did anybody ever ask you what university is that? Well, I don't wear that.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, it's only ever on this show is when I wore it. And I also have the original, the Little Jimmy Says You're Gonna Get Got, the R-Truth shirt, the Little Jimmy shirt. That's a great shirt.
I had the DX. Remember the DX, the cartoon DX, when they could their second run with their little, and they turn around and they're showing their butts.
Yeah, their second run. Yeah, when you were way too old to have that shirt. Yeah. Joe Hendry's walking, and then Ethan Page walks into Stone's office, and Shiloh Hill's in there, and he says, "Get out of here." So he does, and then he's like trying to find a match for him. They're trying to find a match for Page, and he's saying no to everybody. And he's like, "What about Miles Bourne?" So more on that later.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hendry versus what's this kid named Jackson Drake? Because there's different people that are named Drake in wrestling because everybody's fucking named Drake and they think nobody else is named Drake. So I think this one's Jackson, not Carson, not
Jackson
JD.
Drake. That's Jackson Drake.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
So, not a question. I think you left out something very important with the Shiloh Hill gimmick. He was.
I could have.
He was playing with a giant machete, and he kept swinging.
He had a hockey
around.
mask, right?
He had a hockey mask, giant machete, and I guess Ego was intimidated into accepting this match. Maybe thinking his pee-pee would get chop.
No.
You look very intimidated.
Because he that's what I'm saying. Like Shiloh Hill's in there with the mask and the knife, and he's just like, leave. Shiloh Hill just leaves with the mask and the knife.
But he comes back.
Does he?
Yeah, he comes
Oh,
back.
I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
So basically, he comes back. He grabs a machete, right? And so he has the machete. I'll use this. He has a machete, right? And he's literally right next to Ethan Page. So Ethan Page is standing right here. He's like, "Hey, I would love a match. You know, I think that would be a great idea." And Ethan Page is like, "Fucking what the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? And then he even swipes down like near his cock, and he looks down. He kind of grabs his cock, like, "Oh shit, he almost cut my cock off." That's when he said, "You know what? Yeah, sure, fine. I'll take the titles. I'll give him the title shot. We can have the match next week." He didn't want to fucking deal with a guy with a giant machete, but this is a back scratcher. Back scratcher.
Okay. Maybe that cut off on my feed. See what I did there? Anyway. Yeah, so Joe Hendry versus Drake. They have a match. Standing ovation. Ricky Saints attacks and holds the belt up. That's twice Joe Hendry's gotten attacked and laid out and had somebody hold up his belt over him in one show. And we're not even done yet.
The old back scratcher hold.
Did you find that funny? What? Joe Hendry constantly getting laid out and have somebody hold his belt over his prone body.
Bro, this belt hold thing, man, is... When did that start?
I don't know. 80s probably. 70s. Who knows?
Anyway.
Wren QCC is pepping themselves up. The honks make an entrance. DarkState has a meaning. The white guy says, "I'll handle Tony D." Then we get honks versus Swipe. And Zarasol's warming up. And yeah, Zaria's curling one of those the trusses.
I was going to say she's doing the Goldberg workout.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the Stevie Richards fitness workout.
Yep. Then OTM come out during the match and get in a fight with the Culling, and then they are brawling, and everybody's distracted, and then Jackson Drake comes in and hits a knee on one of the honks, and he gets rolled up.
That's pretty much how it went.
Yeah.
I will say all three of the Swipe Right guys, or whatever they call Swipe Left, I don't know which way you swipe. I like them. I think they're pretty fucking good, entertaining. You know, they're very young and they still haven't filled into their manly bodies, but I think these kids are okay.
So OTM can't beat the honks, but these malnourished children can.
Well, they cheated, didn't they?
Zarisol makes an entrance. And then Kelly Kincaid is with Sean Legacy, and he says, "I'll fight Keanu Carver. I'll stop this rampaging beast," he said in his superhero voice.
He did.
And then he got completely dragged on Twitter for calling a black man a beast. None of that happened. I just made all that up. But he did say he wanted to fight Keanu Carver. So, also, Kelly Kincaid is quitting as of Valentine's Day. More accurately, her contract was not renewed.
Oh, I must have not seen this. What are you talking about? The girl, the fucking DJ? She was a DJ,
No.
right?
No.
What was she? Was she a
She was
gamer?
this. She was always this.
Kelly Kincaid?
Yeah.
Who am I mixing her up with? Anyway, all right, good.
Stevie Turner. You think it's Stevie Turner, who was the other assistant with Robert Stone, who was already released.
So who the fuck is Kelly Kincaid?
Quinn McKay from Ring of Honor.
Oh, she's getting released? She's adorable. Why would they release her? She's actually good.
She can work too, but...
Oh, that's a shame, dude. I think she's very good. Did she just have a baby a little while ago? Bastards.
Yeah, I think she's one of the Pretty Deadlies. Is that?
I don't remember.
Liz? Doesn't Liz know?
Yeah, she put up on Instagram on as of February 14th, I will no longer be under contract with WWE.
Yeah, they didn't offer her a renewal, but it's their fault. They didn't use her for anything other than she could have been a broadcaster, she could have been a wrestler, she could have been anything, and they just had her hold this microphone like she was what's that other useless person that's in TNA now?
The guy?
No. The girl.
There's a lot of fucking useless. Ava Rain?
The girl that used to, yeah, not yet, but maybe.
Yeah, dude. This is ridiculous. She's actually one of the very few interviewers that I was like, oh, she's pretty good. Whatever.
Well, anyway, Robert Stone adds Swipe to a 4-way tag team match. And then Miles Bourne's like, what do I got to do? And Robert Stone's like, I suggest you do something out of character.
Again.
So he said, I heard you. And that was out of character for him. The main event is Wren QCC versus ZARIA, where the winner of the match, however it happens, is the number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. You already know how this goes. They don't want to tag each other, but eventually Sol Ruca does get the pin. Some would say steals the pin.
Did you see the finish?
I did see the finish. I saw all of this. I just don't want to talk about it here because I made a promise to the people.
What promise did you make to the people again?
That we'd get it done under 2 hours.
Oh yeah, so we're done.
And I'm way ahead.
Yeah. This was the first time. See, the reason why I wanted to ask you about this was because this is the first time. Remember, we've been discussing multiple times regarding that fucking finish. Oh, they cut it out.
Fucking finish.
You motherfuckers, they cut it out. WWE erased. I can't find it anyway. They just have it from. All right, so basically, she hits the Soul Snatcher out of nowhere by mistake, but she fucks up. Oh, who really fucked up the Soul Snatcher? Was it her or was it? That's the question I was gonna ask you. Who fucked up the Soul Snatcher? Was it Kendal Gray or was it Sol Ruca with the timing? Because she ended up hitting it like a bulldog instead.
Yeah, I know it didn't look that good. I didn't bother to care which one fucked it up. So I don't care about any of this. So I didn't pay that close of attention of to analyze whose fault it was. Because first of all, the thing you have to understand is that this move is so crazy. It's not like this is something I could have any experience with anyway. How could I confidently say, oh yes, it was clearly Kendal Gray was out of position? Because it's like the amount of things that have to go right for this move to come off the way they're doing it. It's one thing if she's just having a singles match and the person just stands there and then she could hit the move. But when they're doing these things where they're like, the last time she did it, when they pushed somebody into her.
I'm just showing for the people watching, listening on audio. I'm showing the Soul Snatcher. It'll play itself again. It's
they purposely shot it too to not really let you get a good look at it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Oh God. I mean that'll finish anyone.
It's still a finisher.
It's because it ends up being, folks, for those listening on audio, instead of her catching her into a cutter, it almost ended up with her bulldogging the girl. It was terrible. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's Kendal Gray's fault.
I agree. I was gonna say
she took the bump before anything happened. So,
right. So it was Kendal Gray's fault. The great Kendal Gray, one of my favorite wrestlers, fucked up.
Well, maybe put her in the unemployment line with Kelly Kincaid here.
No, don't do that.
They could have a new K Sounds.
I'm just scrolling through Kelly Kincaid's Instagram.
Don't forget, Reptilian Britt Baker came out and held a belt because we hadn't seen that tonight.
Oh, boy. Well, that's right. That's how the show ended, with her holding a belt up. We watch it so you don't, folks. Don't have to. Just throwing it out there. We lost half our audience during NXT, just so you know that. The video game talk, we were hot.
Yeah. Well, fair.
Well, Vet, you did it under 2 hours. We're done. And man, I think that's it. Just go home from here, brother.
That's it.
And would you stream this week? Did you?
Some stuff. Oh my God, where'd Ray go?
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Scott Whitford back or
Jesus Christmas? That wasn't even done on purpose. I just bounced out. Anyway, brother, what did you stream this week, man? What'd you do on your channel at Opinion Haver on Twitch?
Let's see, what'd I do? You know, just some games. You know, that Resident Evil was coming out, so I was playing a little classic Resident Evil again. Just a little bit of that.
Are you doing the Resident Evil 6? Are you gonna play it?
6. It's 9.
What is this?
9.
Is it 9?
It's an upside down 6.
What's it called? Requiem?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you doing it? Are you getting it? Or?
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
Oh. Okay.
So you can watch that at Opinion Haver on twitch.tv. You could also see at Opinion Haver on all your favorite social media platforms. You know where else you can see Opinion Haver? You can see Opinion Haver on Vince Russo's The Brand on the Raw and SmackDown review with Jeff Lane and Ben Hameen, and also Master Shoot Theater with Jeff Lane and Ben Hameen. So, big debut for the Vet on the Russo brand. Please check it out.
That's dope.
And as far as everything else goes, you know, the usual places. Every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, with Brandon for the Impact Attack, where we talk about TNA. Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, with Jimmy T for that wreckage. Of course, the professor's still on assignment for at least one more week. We talk about AEW there. Check out Wrestling with Rick Rogers, where I'm also featured, and it's the only place that you're going to get to hear the voice. So if you want to know what the hell Ray was talking about, check out the latest episode and see the birthday wish compilation that Von Lilas put together. Last second too, like he really did, just like a couple hours before he went on the air, just sent me a message. He's lucky I was awake. So anyway, check that out every Friday or whenever. Check out the Stevie Richards Show. Now new episodes dropping every Thursday. Check out Limpin' Ain't Easy. New episodes dropping when Timmy drops them. So that's it.
Yeah. We have, so speaking of the professor, folks, there is no Pro Wrestling Reflection this week. There is no Pro Wrestling Reflection next week. But you can go back. I know. It's very hard. But he's out edifying the ladies on the West Coast. He's in your neck of the woods, Vet, not too far from you.
Yeah, just hop in a car and be down there in like 9 hours.
9 hours. So like what was it? Fucking LA? Or I don't know what the fuck he is, and it doesn't matter. But yeah, man. So no podcast. So this is it. But if you want to go back, brother, this is the best thing about that old school wrestling podcast. You can go back and listen to any episode. Just go to Hami Media Group. On any of your podcasting platforms, search the Pro Wrestling Reflection, or just search HMG Hami Media Group, and you'll find tons and tons and tons and tons of their shows there. And it's a great listen, folks. Trust me, it's a really good podcast. This past week they did they did a review. Oh, by the way, speaking of review, I'm gonna put over the fact that me and Jimmy were live yesterday. The show's up on YouTube right now. But they did a review of this movie that I think Vet would have absolutely loved if you would take time out of your life to see it. But it was what was it called? It's a luchador movie with Blue Demon and all these other fucking guys, bro. Anyway, they did a great fucking show. I can't find the damn thing. I can't find the name of the movie.
There
so
were
it is
dozens of those movies.
I know.
It could have been any of them.
It was like a series that they did of movies, almost like TV movies, and I thought I had to say, but I don't, so I apologize. But it is what it is. You know what? Find out what it is. Go to HMG, and they'll anyway. All right, folks. I think that's it. You got the Money Locker Room. You got the Smack Attack. Of course, here the Next Level Wrestling Review. And we have Cody Rhodes in blackface, apparently. I don't know why this is here. It's just Raheem Rhodes. He wasn't that tan. Fucking Photoshop. All right, folks, listen, we love you. Oh, and April Hunter. She's the bomb. She's awesome. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you for the super chats, guys, for the super stickers. We appreciate those. We appreciate you guys just showing up and talking and laughing. And Jimmy, we love you. And Colin is gay, and we know the whole situation. We're out of here, folks. We'll see you next week for another Next Level Wrestling Review here on HMG. Love you guys. Peace. Say goodbye, Vet. Bye.
Goodbye.
Is Gary there? It's Gary.
When isn't Gary there? He's always watching.
He's always watching. It's Gary.
The Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
Indeed.